Hello, everybody. Can you believe this is module 4 of 5? So that means after today, we have only one more to go. And we will be at that big, let's do it, final exam. We'll all be ready for the final exam. So as you can see, Module 1, 2, and 3 is completed. And as I mentioned before, for those of you who are watching a recording, this is Faye and I sell Medicare plans, but we're doing AHIP 2024 training, and this is our 4th module. So we're doing marketing, Medicare Advantage, and Part D plans. What I'd like for you all to remember is that modules 4 and 5 pay close attention, because those are the ones where the new changes and new requirements are given. So in module 4, you're going to learn communications and marketing rules for Medicare Advantage and Part D plans. You'll be able to explain the applicability of the marketing and communications rules. You'll be able to identify state licensure and CMS training rules applicable to marketing representatives. You'll be able to explain what constitutes communications and the rule that applies to communication materials. You gain an understanding of what activities constitute marketing and what materials are marketing materials. You'll understand that the Center for Medicare and Medicaid regulates materials that qualify as marketing materials. Gain insight into prohibited activities, including unsolicited contacts and providing materially inaccurate information to beneficiaries. You'll learn about permitted contacts with beneficiaries, including the proper use of email. Be able to distinguish between educational and marketing events and what activities are permissible and impermissible as to each event type. Be able to identify the communication of what is permitted at marketing sales events, including the ability to discuss the merits of a plan. Be able to list prohibited activities at sales events. Understand the rules regarding education events and activities are not permissible. Gain knowledge about the rules regarding individual appointments, including the role of the scope of appointment. Understand the rules surrounding the use of social media in your marketing efforts. Be able to explain the importance of maintaining the confidentiality of enrollee information. Understand the plan star ratings, how they're used and not used. Identify further prohibited practices by marketing representations, including soliciting applications prior to the date of annual enrollment. Understand the role of the Medicare Advantage open period and what marketing is permitted and not permitted during the MAOEP. Hang on one second. You'll be able to delve into marketing rules in a healthcare setting, understand the different marketing rules and guidelines that apply when working with employer groups, understand plan enforcement of the marketing rules and potential penalties for violations, review the rules surrounding marketing representative compensation, including situations of rapid disenrollment, read some frequently asked questions and answers regarding the marketing of MA and MAPD plans. Whew. This is quite a long long list of things that we will learn in Module 4. So remember that at the very top, you're able to download from the user guide the module if you need to in a PDF, but these are recorded. You will see each screen the same way I have it once you get into AHIP if you go through the course again. If not, you could do the recording because they will be all available for you on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So welcome to Module 4. As always, you can download the slides. Module 4 will be about communications and marketing rules for Medicare Advantage and Part D plans. The navigation instructions are the same throughout. There are no changes to that. The terms and conditions are the same. All of these materials are copywritten through the United States of America. Our learning objectives are: what are communications? What activities constitute marketing and what materials constitute marketing? Rules for making marketing appointments and rules regarding agent compensation. The difference between educational and marketing events. Plan enforcement of the marketing rules and potential penalties. Module 4 will give you the applicability of rules concerning communications and marketing representatives, key terms and general background information, regulation of communication activities and materials, rules related to sales and educational events, marketing at individual appointments, required practices, accessing and using certain plan materials, plan ratings and call recordings, prohibited activities, plan oversight and enforcement of marketing requirements, as well as marketing representative compensation. Okay, new for 2024. These we want to pay particularly good attention to. And these are effective September 30th, 2023. So what you're doing now, you might continue to do, but be aware that as of October 1st, these new marketing informations and requirements will be in place. A scope of appointment must be obtained 48 hours before all marketing appointments, not just when practical. There are 2 exceptions to this rule. One, for unexpected in-person meetings initiated by the beneficiary, and one for when the meeting request occurs during the last 4 days of the relevant election period. So an example of the first one is you are in an informal filed CMS carrier approved meeting, sales meeting, and someone walks in to sit with you and you conduct a sales meeting with them after, of course, getting a scope of appointment. That is permissible. You don't need to get the scope and then have them wait 48 hours. Is that number 1 clear? Number 2, I will give you a good example because we're nearing the end of June. So let's say this was the end of November and someone needed a December 1st effective date. So it's not an AEP, could be an IEP or an SCP. As long as it is November 27th, 28th, 29th, or 30th, you can do their application with the scope of appointment dated those 4 days, because those are the last 4 days relevant to that person's election period for a December 1st effective date. Any questions? Requests to be contacted, such as business reply cards and scope of appointments, are only valid for 12 months. So for those of you who are doing direct mail and you get back a business reply card, that business reply card that gives you permission to contact the person is only good for 12 months. You do a scope of appointment, that scope of appointment is only good, and in most cases, the carriers are going to require that you get a new scope of appointment within 72 hours. But neither of those, both of those are permission to contact, but they do not extend beyond 12 months. Marketing events may no longer be held directly following educational events. Often people would schedule an educational event where they could feed people and therefore gain an audience, clear the room of all the food, and have an hour break between. The same people stay and they would do a sales event in the same room on the same day. That will no longer be allowed. Scope of appointment forms may no longer be collected during educational events, and future sales appointments may not be set up. As of today, if you're conducting an educational meeting, a Medicare 101, a Medicare educational, a get to know Medicare, any of those educational meetings, you can collect a scope of appointment, you can set an appointment, and you can collect a permission to call. As of October 1st, you will only be able to collect a permission to call. You cannot do a scope of appointment at those meetings. The obligation to record all calls with beneficiaries has been revised to only apply to sales, marketing, and enrollment calls. The TPMO disclaimer has been updated to include reference to SHIPs, state health insurance programs, and to require disclosure about the number of plans that the third-party marketing organization represents. CMS has specified a list of topics that must be addressed with the beneficiary before enrollment. So there is a checklist now of everything that you must cover in a beneficiary enrollment call. And that will be provided to you before October 1st. I'm sure once it's approved by the carriers and your business partners, you will get templates or you will get forms, or you can download the CMS form, but there is a checklist that you will need to use. Any questions about anything new so far? The Medicare marketing and communications rules apply to the following types of Medicare health plans and Part D plans: Medicare Advantage, MA only, Medicare Advantage prescription drugs, MAPD, and prescription drugs, PDPs. Section 1876, cost plans, Medicare, Medicaid plans, MMPs. For MMPs, marketing requirements may be modified by state-specific requirements. Each state in which MMPs are offered has state-specific marketing guidelines and CMS-approved model documents. So we can look at some of those. This is found on the CMS website, Medicare, Medicaid, MMP marketing information and resources. Let me get this out of the way. There's the general information, the model materials for the various state specific materials. You got Illinois, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New York, Ohio, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas. So what I would suggest that you copy this web address, I'll copy it so that I can send it out to you. And that way you won't have to go back into the course to actually get that information. Okay, applicability of Medicare communications and marketing rules to marketing representatives. Plan marketing. Plan marketing representatives are subject to the same requirements related to marketing and communication as the plans. Simply put, you are subject to the same requirements related to marketing and communication that the carriers are. Plans are responsible for ensuring compliance with Medicare rules by their marketing representatives, such as the need for annual training. Planned marketing representatives include individuals employed by the plan, individuals or entities under contract to the plan through a direct or downstream contract, that would be you. And this would include brokers and agents contracting directly with the plan or through an agency or other entity. Field marketing organizations, FMOs, agencies, general agents, or other third-party marketing organizations are all subject to these rules. Marketing representatives and plans must follow all marketing rules and guidelines when marketing employer group health plans, except the following: the prohibition against unsolicited contacts, the prohibition against cross-selling other products, the requirement to obtain prior documentation of the scope of appointment, the prohibition against providing meals at marketing events, the pre-enrollment checklist requirement, marketing representative compensation requirements, the requirement that a marketing representative must pass an annual test, although the requirement for annual training does apply. Plans offering employer group health plans are not required to submit marketing materials specific only to those employer plans to CMS at the time of use. However, CMS may request and review copies if employee complaints occur or for any other reason ensure the information accuracy and adequately informs beneficiaries about their rights and obligations under the plan. What does TPMO stand for? We just said it. Third party marketing organizations. Okay. TPMO, third-party marketing organizations and marketing representatives. Third-party marketing organizations, or TPMOs, are organizations and individuals, including independent agents and brokers, who are compensated to perform lead generation, marketing, sales, and enrollment-related functions as a part of the chain of enrollment, the steps taken by a beneficiary from becoming aware of an MA or Part D plan or plans to making an enrollment decision. TPMOs may directly contract with the plan sponsor, may be a downstream contractor of a plan sponsor, or may be a related entity of the plan sponsor referred to as first tier, downstream, or related entities, or FDRs. However, they may also be entities that are not FDRs, but provide services to an MA plan or an MA plan's FDR. Independent agents and brokers are those that are not directly employed by a plan, and those that are market for more than one plan. Agents and brokers employed by the plan are not TPMOs. In this training, we refer to TPMOs and employed agents as brokers as marketing representatives. So even the captive agents who are W-2 employees are considered marketing representatives, as well as yourself, your brokers are considered marketing representatives. Requirements to act as agents and brokers. Plan sponsors must contract with or employ agents and brokers that are licensed by the state if they conduct the relevant activities in that state. Agents and brokers must be appointed by the plan if required under state law. MA and Part D plans are required by law to ensure that all employed and contracted agents and brokers complete training at least annually that includes all content specified by CMS. They also must pass a written test each year that demonstrates through familiarity with both the Medicare program and the products they are selling. Agents and brokers marketing only employer union group plans are not required to be tested. However, plans may choose to require testing. So now you understand why you must do the Medicare program, which is AHIP, this piece, and you must do the carrier piece, which is your carrier certification about the products that you're selling. Key terms. Marketing and communication in general. Communications are materials and activities that provide information to current and prospective enrollees on Medicare health plans and Part D plans. Marketing is a subset of communications. Marketing is distinguished from communications only material and activity based on intent and content. Marketing activities and materials are generally subject to a higher degree of regulation and oversight. What is marketing? To be considered marketing, the marketing or activity must include both marketing intent and marketing content. Marketing intent is the purpose of marketing activities and materials to draw a prospective or current enrollee's attention to a plan or group of plans to influence the beneficiary's plan choice, including a decision to remain enrolled in their current plan. Marketing content is marketing activities and materials include or address content regarding any of the following: information about benefits or benefit structure, information about premiums or cost sharing, rankings such as comparison to other plans or Part D sponsors, measurement standards such as stars ratings, plan rewards and incentive programs offered by Medicare health plans to qualifying individuals to voluntarily perform specified target activities in exchange for reward items. What are communication-only materials and activities? Communication-only activities and material provide information to current and prospective enrollees that contains no marketing content or includes marketing content but does not have marketing intent. For example, CMS designates certain materials that have marketing content, such as the evidence of coverage, as a communication-only material, while the summary of benefits and an annual notice of change are designated by CMS as marketing materials. A targeted letter sent to a plan's members may be intended to encourage those members to receive certain preventive services they have not yet received and refer to the cost sharing for those services. While it contains marketing content, it would not meet the marketing intent standard. And that's pretty clearly understood. The evidence of coverage piece is one part of its communication, obviously, but it doesn't give dollar amounts like the summary of benefit does. The summary of benefit actually tells you what the copay is or the coinsurance would be for each benefit, where the evidence of coverage explains the benefit and how it is applied, but it doesn't give the specific dollar amount. A letter to a member to encourage them to use preventive services would be communication, not marketing, even though it may include the cost sharing for that preventive service. It's not marketing because it's not intent. It's not intended to be marketing. Know the rules. Everybody's got to know the rules. Regulation of communications only materials. While CMS does not generally require communications only materials to be submitted to CMS for review and approval, it may review such materials and does require certain disclaimers to be used in those materials. CMS also prohibits the use of certain claims or language in communication materials. CMS does require certain designated communication materials critical to beneficiaries' understanding or assessing their benefits to be reviewed, such as the evidence of coverage. CMS may require prior review of communication materials that, based on feedback, such as complaints or data gathering through reviews, warrant additional oversight to ensure accuracy. What are examples of communication-only materials? A newspaper ad for an agency that says, "We sell a variety of Medicare Advantage plans in the Midwest. Call us for help deciding which one is right for you." As discussed later in this training, such an ad would require the third party, the TPMO disclaimer. a flyer that says Medicare Premier Health Plan offers a variety of Medicare Advantage benefit plans. Call us to find out which one is right for you. I'm sorry, excuse me. That means someone is at my door. Materials specifically designed by CMS as communications because they do not meet the intent standard, such as the evidence of coverage, formulary, or provider directory. I'm going to stop right here and say that this is something that's not new, that you should not be designing your own marketing materials. When you're using the carrier's marketing materials that can be customized with your contact information, those materials have already been reviewed and approved. So use those, and some carriers do have non-branded materials that you can customize for yourself. So don't try to even make a flyer or anything on your own. Regulation of communication only activities. CMS regulates how marketing representatives can contact potential enrollees. For example, agents may not make cold calls even if they limit their conversation to communications content. CMS regulates what marketing representatives may say to enrollees and potential enrollees. Regulation of marketing materials and activities in general. CMS regulates marketing activities in a variety of ways, including the setting. CMS has rules regarding marketing in a healthcare setting versus marketing in other settings, and marketing at educational versus marketing events. Who may market? CMS requires marketing representatives to comply with state laws concerning licensure. CMS places strict limits on marketing by healthcare providers. Timing. CMS regulates when marketing representatives can begin marketing the next year's plan. CMS regulates how marketing representatives can contact potential enrollees. CMS may require that certain disclaimers or other information be included in marketing materials. CMS also prohibits the use of certain claims or language. CMS requires that all marketing materials be submitted to CMS for approval and or review. Materials developed for use with employer union group plans do not have to be submitted. I'm going to pull this down to right here and leave it there for a moment for you to take a screenshot. Go ahead, put your camera out, take a screenshot. Everybody take their screenshot. Okay, we're moving on. What are examples of marketing activities? Examples of marketing activities include providing a presentation on health plan benefits to Medicare beneficiaries where the intent is to steer them towards a plan or a set of plans. Participating in an event where health plan brochures and a summary of benefits are distributed. Meeting with the Medicare beneficiary to discuss upcoming benefit enhancements by reviewing the annual notice of change and to encourage them to remain enrolled in their current Medicare plan, passing out plan-specific benefit information and agent business cards at a health fair, accepting enrollment forms and performing enrollment at marketing sales events. Each of these situations, if you are in these situations, these activities need to be filed as sales events because they are marketing activities. Yes, Cordia.
Okay, I coordinated a health fair at a senior rec center, but I elected not to present any Medicare plans. I had other agents there with their Medicare plans, but I represented GTL and their hospital indemnity, but I was passing out business cards. So does that mean that I should have recorded that as a marketing event when I wasn't marketing any Medicare products?
You were putting it on and the other people were giving out?
Yeah, the other agents, there were agents there from United and from
So
County.
did they have it filed?
I
as
don't
a
know.
Marketing event?
I don't know what they did.
Well, if you're the person who is actually coordinating it and you're the person putting it on, now that you know that it is considered a marketing event if they're giving out actual plan information. Anytime you're giving out a plan summary, a book that has the copays on it, anytime you're giving out something that has specific plan information, it's a marketing activity. So now that you know that, if you do that type activity again, be sure to remind them to file it with their companies.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Examples of marketing materials include the following if they contain marketing content. General audience materials such as direct mailings, newspaper ads, or websites that promote specific plans and discuss their star ratings. Marketing representative scripts or outlines for telemarketing, enrollment, or other presentations that discuss plan benefits. Brochures that promote enrollment in a plan and discuss the plan's reward programs for receiving
$30 cutting hedges, $60 a month.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Marketing representative scripts or outlines for telemarketing, enrollment, or other presentations that discuss plan benefits. Brochures that promote enrollment in a plan and discuss the plan's reward programs for receiving preventive care services. Presentation materials such as slides and charts explaining the benefits of enrolling in a particular plan. Social media posts that mention a plan star rating, notes its low premium, or promotes its benefits. Most of you know, and you have seen me somewhere on social media, but if you notice, it's all about me. If I'm talking about anything Medicare, it's like a general subject. Like, what does a preferred pharmacy mean? That has no dollar value to it. It applies to all of Medicare, but those are the ways that you avoid getting yourself into the wrong lane. Don't talk about specific benefits on your social media posts. Don't talk about zero premium plans. Don't talk about any of the specific benefits, and particularly don't talk about a specific carrier. We're all in business for ourselves, so you can promote yourselves and your business and what you do for your customers as much as you will like. That's freedom of speech. Rules that apply to all communications, including marketing materials and activities, continue. Plans and their marketing representatives may not mislead, confuse, or provide materially inaccurate information to beneficiaries. This is why you need to only be giving out the materials that were given to you by the carrier. Target enrollees based on income levels, except in the case of dual eligible SNPs. Target enrollees based on health status, except in the case of chronic care SNP. State or imply that the plans are only available to seniors rather than all eligible Medicare beneficiaries. This is one of the things that CMS is requiring on your website. If you have any reference to seniors on your website, it needs to be changed to Medicare beneficiaries. CMS does not want you to imply that you're only dealing with the people who have Medicare because they're age 65 or older. Okay, contacting beneficiaries. This is going to be an interesting topic. Marketing and communications, contacting beneficiaries, unsolicited contacts. Most of us, all of us here, know what this means and how it should be handled. There are others in our industry who may do things that are contrary to what we're reading here, but that is not one of us. Marketing representatives are prohibited from making unsolicited contact with beneficiaries, including through door-to-door solicitation, including leaving leaflets, flyers, or door hangers at a residence on someone's car. Contact is unsolicited door-to-door contact unless an appointment at the beneficiary's home at the applicable date and time was previously scheduled. Approaching beneficiaries in common areas such as parking lots, hallways, lobbies, sidewalks, stores, or parks. Telephone calls that are unsolicited. Text messages and other forms of electronic direct messaging, such as through social media platforms like Facebook Instant Messaging. Voicemail messages. The prohibition on making unsolicited contact does not extend to email, conventional mail, and other print media such as advertisements. Everybody got that? Unsolicited contacts continue. Marketing representatives may not make unsolicited calls about other business as a means of generating leads for Medicare plans. In other words, the bait and switch strategies. Marketing representatives may not make unsolicited contact based on referrals provided by enrollees or other sources. However, they may leave business cards with beneficiaries for distribution to their friends, to the friends that they are referring. Enrollees who are voluntarily disenrolling may not be contacted for sales purposes or be asked to consent to sales contacts. Marketing representatives may not make calls to beneficiaries who attended a marketing event unless the beneficiary gave express permission at the event for a follow-up call. There must be documentation of the permission to contact. Here's an example of unsolicited contact. Agent Jackson sells a variety of insurance products, including automobile and life insurance, in addition to Medicare Advantage plans, which pay the biggest commissions. His outreach to potential clients to sell auto or life insurance is not subject to the same stringent regulation as his outreach for Medicare Advantage. Consequently, Mr. Jackson calls his Medicare eligible referrals about life insurance, but during the course of the conversation, mentions he also sells Medicare Advantage plans. Agent Jackson has violated the prohibition against making unsolicited calls about other businesses as a means of generating leads for Medicare plans. Example 2, Ms. Lopez fills out a business reply card saying that she would like to have an agent contact her about enrollment in a Medicare Advantage plan. A week later, an agent who says he received her business card unexpectedly visits Ms. Lopez at her home. The agent says he is there to assist her with her Medicare Advantage choice. The agent has engaged in unsolicited door-to-door contact because, although he had permission to contact her, he did not have an appointment with Ms. Lopez to meet her at her home on that date. These are permitted contacts. Marketing representatives may initiate electronic contact through email. However, they must provide an opt-out process to no longer receive electronic communications. Return calls or messages from individuals who initiate contact and request information. Marketing representatives may call beneficiaries who have expressly given permission for the contact. For example, they filled out a business reply card or asking a planned customer service rep to have an agent contact them. However, business reply cards and request to contact are only valid for 12 months following the beneficiary's signature date or the date the beneficiary initially made the request for information. A marketing representative may call beneficiaries to confirm an appointment that has already been agreed. Marketing representatives may call beneficiaries who submit enrollment applications to conduct business related to the enrollment. Permitted contacts continued. Marketing representatives may call current enrollees of the parent organization, including those in non-Medicare health plans, to discuss plan business. For example, they may contact individuals enrolled in one of the MA organization's commercial health plans when the individual is aging into Medicare. Contact the MA organization's Medicaid plan enrollees to discuss Medicare products. Contact current MA enrollees to promote other Medicare type plans or discuss plan options or benefits. Contact the MA organization's Medigap enrollees regarding MA, PDP, or cost plan options. Call current enrollees of a plan to discuss or inform them about general plan information, such as annual enrollment period dates, availability of flu shots, upcoming plan changes, educational events, or other important plan information. They may call a beneficiary who the marketing representative enrolled in a plan to discuss plan business, as well as discuss the availability of other plan options within the same parent organization. However, if the plan sponsor or its marketing representatives reach out to beneficiaries regarding plan business, the plan sponsor must provide notice to all beneficiaries whom the plan contacts as least once annually in writing of the individual's ability to opt out of future calls regarding plan business. Rules related to sales and educational events. What is the difference between sales and education? Marketing sales events are events designed to steer potential enrollees towards a plan or a limited set of plans, or to encourage current enrollees to remain in their plan. Marketing events are prohibited from taking place within 12 hours of an educational event in the same location. The same location is defined as the entire building or any adjacent buildings. Educational events are designed to inform potential enrollees about Medicare, including MA, Part D, or other Medicare programs, and do not include marketing materials or activities. Educational events may be held in public venues. Educational events may be put on by providers or other groups and or sponsored by one or more health plans. Advertisement and invitations in any form of media that are used to invite beneficiaries to a marketing or educational event must include the following statement: for accommodation of persons with special needs at meetings, call, and you've seen that 711 number on everything that the carriers do. Marketing sales events required and permitted activities. Plans must submit presentations that include marketing content to CMS before use at a sales event. So the sales materials that you receive, the scripts you receive, the videos you receive from the carriers, these have all been submitted and approved. At marketing sales events, agents may discuss plan-specific information such as premiums and benefits, discuss plan star ratings, discuss the merits of a plan, distribute and collect enrollment applications, distribute plan-specific advertisement, explanatory information, and general information about Medicare, and you may provide refreshments and light snacks of nominal value as long as they're not bundled and provided as if it's a meal. That's for your sales event. At marketing events, agents may not require beneficiaries to provide contact information as a prerequisite for attending the event. This includes requiring an email address or other contact information as a condition to RSVP for an event online or through the mail. You may not have sign-in sheets, but unless they are labeled as optional. You cannot require someone to sign a sign-in sheet. You may not conduct health screenings or other activities that could give the impression of cherry picking. You cannot provide meals or multiple snacks, refreshments bundled and provided as if it's a meal, regardless of the value. You cannot use information collected for raffles and drawings for any other purpose other than the raffle and the drawing. Light snacks versus a meal. Example 1, Agent Foley puts out pretzels, chips, cookies, water, and soda during her marketing seminar to promote the Medicare Advantage plans offered by her agency. Such food offerings qualify as light snacks, which may be offered at marketing events. Example 2, to promote an early morning marketing seminar, Super Agency provides pastries, muffins, bagels, cream cheese, yogurt, fruit juice, and coffee. Super Agency has bundled several items that might have been considered snacks as a continental breakfast, such as a meal. This is prohibited at a marketing event, but allowable at an educational event if the value does not exceed $15 per person. Educational events. Educational events must be explicitly advertised as educational. At educational events, marketing representatives may engage in communication activities and distribute communication materials, use a banner with the plan sponsor name and our logo displayed, distribute promotional items, including those with the plan name, logo, toll-free number, and or website. These items must be free of marketing content and be provided consistent with gift promotional item rules. So they're provided to all without obligation, and they are all under $15 retail value. Provide an objective presentation to educate beneficiaries about the different ways that they can get their Medicare benefits. Have a healthcare provider make an educational presentation about wellness or another health-related topic. So here's some permitted activities for education. An educational event, marketing reps may answer beneficiary-initiated questions about Medicare, health, or drug plans. Make available and receive beneficiary contact information, including business reply cards, but not including scope of appointment forms. Distribute business cards and agent, agency, or plan contact information for beneficiaries to initiate contact. Provide meals, refreshment, or snacks as long as they comply with the gift promotional item. These are the things that you cannot do. Big red X. When an event has been advertised as educational, marketing representatives may not conduct sales or marketing presentations. Discuss, display, or distribute plan-specific premiums, benefits, or other marketing content or marketing materials. Engage in marketing activities. Distribute or collect enrollment applications. Set up future personal marketing appointments. Make available or obtain completed scope of appointment forms. This is clearly a change from what we are accustomed to today, and this is effective October 1. The new rules go into effect September 30th is what we learned at the beginning of this module. So at educational meetings, you can no longer collect a scope of appointment or set a future marketing appointment. Gifts and promotional items, section 1128A, A5 of the Social Security Act prohibits offering or giving anything of value to a Medicare or Medicaid beneficiary that is likely to influence the beneficiary in order for them to receive from a particular provider, practitioner, or supplier any item or service covered under Medicare or Medicaid. There's a nominal value exception to this rule, and it's $15. Marketing representatives may provide gifts, prizes, or promotional items to beneficiaries as part of an event or for marketing purposes, as long as the nominal value exception is met and the gift is provided regardless of enrollment and without discrimination. Gifts are of nominal value if an individual item is worth $15 or less based on the retail purchase price of the item. It doesn't matter if the plan representative or the marketing representative paid less. If it's worth $15 retail, it's not permissible, or more than 15, it's not permissible. When more than one gift is offered on one occasion, the combined value of all items must not exceed $15. Multiple gifts given to a beneficiary on different occasions may not exceed an aggregate of $75 per person per year. Gifts or prizes must not be in the form of cash or cash equivalent or other monetary reward or rebate, even if they are worth less than $15. Cash equivalents include gift certificates or cards that can be easily converted to cash, general gift cards that are not restricted to specific retail chains or to specific items and categories, such as a Visa gift card, gift cards for retailers or online vendors that sell a wide variety of consumer products, such as Walmart and Amazon, and debit cards are not allowed to be given either. A gift card that can be used for a more limited selection of items of food would not be considered a cash equivalent, such as a Starbucks or a Shell or any of the gas gift cards. Rebates would include, for example, a discount on the first month's premium or on a copay. Gifts or prizes may not be charitable contributions. Promotional activities, drawing, prizes, giveaways. Plan sponsors must include a disclaimer on all materials promoting a prize, drawing, communal experience, or any promise of a gift that there is no obligation to enroll in the plan. Now, this particular disclaimer is the plan sponsor's material, but you should be aware as the marketing representative also that whatever you're doing at your events, people have no obligation to enroll. Individual appointments. Personal individual marketing appointments are those tailored to an individual or small group, husband or wife, that are not defined by the location. During a personal individual appointment, representatives may market only healthcare related products identified in the scope of appointment. It's a good idea to check everything on the scope of appointment so that if the conversation changes and you need to go from Medicare Advantage to Medicare Sup, and you need to talk about dental and vision, or you need to talk about hospital indemnity, you've already gotten permission from the individual that you can talk about all those things. During a personal individual appointment, representatives may market only healthcare related things that are identified on the scope. Healthcare related products include Medicare health plans, Medigap plans, dental plans, but not accident only plans. Non-healthcare products may not be marketed. So you cannot market life insurance during a Medicare or a drug plan appointment. Required practices, scope of appointment, at least 48 hours before any marketing appointment, marketing representatives must coordinate with the beneficiary to identify the types of products that will be discussed, obtain agreement from the beneficiary, and document that agreement, known as the scope of appointment or the SOA. The types of products include MA, PDP, cost plans, Medicare, Medicaid plans. There are two exceptions, and we went over those at the beginning. The two exceptions are the last 4 days before a relevant election period, and when there is an unscheduled in-person meeting that's initiated by the beneficiary, or in other words, a walk-in. A new scope is required if the beneficiary requests information regarding a different plan type than what is previously identified on the scope of appointment. Scope of appointments are valid for 12 months from the date of signature. A scope of appointment may be in writing. It may be in the form of a signed agreement, including electronic signature by the beneficiary, or a recorded oral agreement. Any technology, including conference calls, fax machines, designated recording lines, prepaid envelopes, and email can be used to document the scope of appointment. For appointments made over the phone, documentation of the scope of appointment is generally a recording of the call in which the parties agree on the products they will discuss during the appointment. A plan sponsor or agent may not agree to the scope of appointment on behalf of the beneficiary. Here's some more information about scope of appointment documentation. Plans and Plan D sponsors are expected to include the following when documenting the SOA: product type, what you're going to talk to the beneficiary about, the date of the appointment, the beneficiary's contact, the agent's contact information, written or recorded verbal documentation of the beneficiary or appointed authorized representative, a statement that the beneficiaries are not obligated to enroll in a plan, their current or future Medicare enrollment status will not be impacted, and clearly explaining that the beneficiary will not be automatically enrolled in the plan by virtue of signing a scope of appointment. Here's an example of a scope of appointment. Ms. Shires calls her agent on December 4th about changing her MA plan during the annual election period. Her agent records the SOA during the call, indicating that they will discuss Medicare Advantage plans during an appointment the next day. The SOA and appointment are consistent with CMS requirements because the AHIP ends on December 7th. So they're within that 4-day period of her election period ending. If an SOA is completed on or after December 3rd, the personal marketing appointment can occur during the period between December 3rd and December 7th. During an individual marketing appointment, the individual can receive, and marketing representatives may distribute plan materials such as an enrollment kit or marketing materials, provide educational information, discuss benefits, premium, and cost sharing, distribute and accept plan applications, review the individual needs of the beneficiary, including but not limited to healthcare needs and history, commonly used medications, and financial concerns. They can talk about plan rewards and incentive programs, and they can provide and collect enrollment forms. During an individual appointment, the marketing representative may not discuss plan options that were not agreed upon by the beneficiary and documented in the scope of appointment, the business reply card, or the request to receive additional information, which are only valid for 12 months from the date of the beneficiary's signature or the initial request. During the individual appointment, the marketing representative may not market additional health-related lines of plans of benefits not identified before an individual appointment without a separate scope of appointment, unless it was on the original scope of appointment. You may not market non-health care related products, and you cannot solicit, accept an enrollment request for a January 1 effective date before the start of the annual election period on October 15th, unless the beneficiary is entitled to another enrollment, for example, an initial enrollment period or a special enrollment period. Use of social media. Plans Part D sponsors must submit to CMS social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, ScanScope, or QR code posts that meet the definition of marketing, specifically those that contain marketing content, such as plan-specific benefits, premiums, cost sharing, or star ratings. This includes such posts by agents. Social media posts are generally subject to marketing, communications, content requirements, such as prohibitions on using certain language and any requirements to include disclaimers. Republication or repost of an individual's post, content, or comment that promotes a plan's Part D sponsors product from social media sites is considered a product endorsement testimonial and must adhere to the guidance on testimonials. Here's an example of social media post. Agent Levette is excited about the 2024 Medicare Advantage plan that will be offered by Better Medicare. She would like to send out a tweet stating, "Call me to learn more about Better Medicare's Medicare Advantage plan offering comprehensive eye care and dental benefits at only $25 per month." Because it contains marketing content, this tweet must be submitted to CMS in advance. However, Agent Levette could send out a tweet stating, "Better Medicare offers an array of benefit packages. One might be right for you. Call me to find out more." As long as her contract with Better Medicare does not prohibit her from tweeting such communications. Compliance. Required practices. We'll start with marketing and discussion. Required practices. Marketing representative must provide to prospective enrollees only CMS approved submitted marketing materials or CMS created marketing materials. Use only CMS approved submitted talking points and presentations if you're marketing. Ensure that before an enrollment, CMS required questions and topics regarding beneficiary needs in a health plan choice are fully discussed. Topics include information regarding primary care provider and specialists, that is, whether the beneficiary's current providers are in the plan network, prescription drug coverage and costs, including whether or not the beneficiary's current prescription drugs are covered, the cost of healthcare services, premiums, benefit, and specific healthcare needs. Okay, let's look at what the required practices are for HIPAA and confidentiality of beneficiary information. Marketing representatives are business associates of the health plan that they sell. As such, they must comply with the federal and state law regarding the confidentiality of individually identifiable health information known as Protected Health Information, or PHI, and any confidentiality obligations in their business associate contracts with plans. PHI includes any information about the individual's healthcare coverage, payment for healthcare coverage, or healthcare condition. HIPAA regulates both the use and disclosure of PHI. Marketing representatives may only use and disclose PHI on behalf of the plan they represent. De-identification is the use of PHI. Thus, agents cannot de-identify PHI in order to use it for their own purposes. If a marketing representative subcontracts with another individual or entity that may obtain, use, or disclose PHI on their behalf, they must enter into a business associate agreement with the individual or entity requiring the same protections of PHI. What are you required for marketing and non-health related activities? Plan sponsors must obtain HIPAA compliant authorization from an enrollee before the plan or Part D sponsor may use information about the enrollee to market non-health related items or services such as accident-only policy, life insurance policies, or annuities. The HIPAA authorization must specify that the individual's information may be used by the plan Part D sponsor for marketing purposes. Required practices, use of TPMO marketing disclaimer, independent agents and other third-party marketing organizations must use the TPMO marketing disclaimer if they sell plans on behalf of more than one plan sponsor. If the TPMO does not sell for all plan sponsors available in the service area, the disclaimer consists of the following statement. We do not offer every plan available in your area. Currently, we represent, and you put in the organizations which offer, insert the number of plans or products in your area. Please contact Medicare.gov or 1-800-Medicare or your local state health insurance program to get information on all your options. If the TPMO sells for all plan sponsors in the service area, the disclaimer consists of a statement that says, currently we represent the number of organizations which offer the number of plans, products in the area. You can always contact Medicare.gov, 1-800, or your local state health insurance program for help with plan choices. The disclaimer must be verbally conveyed within the first minute of a sales call. That's not a change. We've had to do that. The only change will be we will need to add the state health insurance program to our disclaimer. It must be electronically conveyed when communicating with the beneficiary through email, online chat, or other electronic means. It must be prominently displayed on your website, and it must be included in any TPMO marketing materials, including print materials and television advertising. Special rule related to lead generation. TPMOs conducting lead generation activities, either directly or indirectly for a plan sponsor, must, when applicable, disclose to the beneficiary that their information may be provided to a licensed agent for future contact. This disclosure must include verbally when communicating with a beneficiary through telephone, in writing when communicating with the beneficiary through mail or other paper, or electronically when communicating with the beneficiary through email, online, or other electronic messaging platform. If the lead generating TPMO transfers a beneficiary to an agent, the TPMO must disclose to the beneficiary that they're being transferred to a licensed agent who can enroll them into a new plan. Plan sponsors, agents, brokers, FMOs, or agencies that obtain leads from such entities should ensure that these requirements have been met in generating the leads and include the obligation in any contract with the lead generation TPMO. Certain plan materials. Plans are required to post on their on their website certain documents in a downloadable format. Beneficiaries and marketing representatives may access the following materials: evidence of coverage, summary of benefits, annual notice of change, provider directory, pharmacy directory, formulary. Such documents are important tools to be used by the marketing representatives in determining issues such as whether a beneficiary's provider or pharmacies are in the plan network, whether the drugs of a beneficiary are in the formulary, whether the plan covers other benefits that are important to the beneficiary, whether or the extent to which the plan covers out-of-network services. Many plans provide provider pharmacy directories and formularies in a searchable format. Plans will also provide these materials to beneficiaries after they enroll. These are the required materials with an enrollment form. When a beneficiary is enrolled with enrollment instructions forms, they must receive plan ratings information, summary of benefits, the new pre-enrollment checklist that we're all going to see, the multi-language insert. The carriers have put the multi-language insert inside the summary of benefits, so that's taken care of. The STARS ratings for 2024 generally is not out October 1 when we start to market 2024 plan information, but as soon as the 2024 information is out for STARS rating, we must discontinue using the 2023 information. And if we still have the books with the 2023, we must do an insert with the 2024 information. The beneficiary must also receive multi-language insert, which most of them have put into the book. For dual eligible special needs, if Medicaid benefits are not included in the summary of benefits, a separate document including the Medicaid benefits must be included. Your dual special needs plans will have the Medicare benefits and the Medicaid benefits. When a beneficiary enrolls in a plan online, the plan sponsor must make these materials available electronically to the potential enrollee before the completion and submission of the enrollment request. For telephonic enrollments, the contents of the pre-enrollment checklist must be reviewed with the prospective enrollee prior to the completion of the enrollment. In addition, the beneficiary must be told verbally where the summary of benefits and STAR rating documents may be accessed. CMS releases STAR ratings, and that's, you know about STAR ratings plans. That allows beneficiaries to compare MA plans and Part D plans. These ratings include topics such as whether members got various screening tests, vaccines, other checkups to help them stay healthy, and how members actually rate the plan on topics such as access to care and customer service. Marketing representatives and beneficiaries who access to the internet may obtain plan rating information at www.medicare.gov. Click on Find Health and Drug Plans button. The STAR ratings information document must also be prominently posted on each plan's website. Plan ratings, the required practices, plan sponsors must provide the plan's overall performance rating to beneficiaries in the standard plan ratings information document. New plan sponsors that do not have a STARS rating are required to provide STARS rating information are not required to provide STAR ratings information until the next contract year. Plan sponsors and their marketing representatives may only reference or mention a plan's rating on an individual measure in conjunction with the plan's overall performance. the contract's highest rating, Part C summary rating, MA only, or Part D summary rating for the PDPs with equal or greater prominence. Plan sponsors and their marketing representatives may only market the STARS rating in the service area in which the STARS rating is applicable. Plan sponsors and their marketing representatives may not use a plan star rating in an individual category or measure to imply a higher overall plan rating than is actually the case. For example, a plan which received a 5-star rating in customer service promotes itself as a rated 5 stars by enrollees when its overall plan rating is only 4. Use the plan star rating in a manner that misleads beneficiaries into enrolling in plans based on inaccurate information. Representatives may not use updated STARS ratings until they are released by CMS and they're available on the Medicare Plan Finder. Medicare marketing representatives may not continue to use the old star rating after 21 days from release of the new star rating. Independent agents, brokers, and other third-party marketing organizations must record all sales, marketing, and enrollment calls with beneficiaries in their entirety. This includes recording the audio portion of calls occurring via web-based technology. Marketing representatives must not market any health-related products such as annuities and life insurance during any MA or Part D sales activity or any other marketing activity for existing enrollees. This is considered cross-selling. Use or disclose the enrollee's protected health information for marketing purposes, including sending any non-plan or non-health related information or otherwise contacting them for purposes unrelated to plan benefits administration without first obtaining HIPAA required authorization from the enrollee. You may not market that the plan sponsor will not disenroll in individuals due to failure to pay premiums. Marketing representatives must not use a Medicare beneficiary to endorse a plan unless the beneficiary was an enrollee of the plan when the endorsement was created. Marketing representatives must not solicit enrollment applications for the following contract year before the start of the annual enrollment period on October 15th. Marketing representatives must not use marketing materials that have not been submitted by the plan for review and approval by CMS. They may not change beneficiaries' marketing fees. They may not engage in bait and switch strategies, such as making unsolicited outbound calls about other lines of business as a means of generating leads for Medicare. Marketing representatives must not engage in any discriminatory activities, such as attempting to recruit Medicare beneficiaries from higher income areas without making comparable efforts to enroll Medicare beneficiaries from lower income areas. Encourage individuals to enroll based on their health status, unless the plan is a special needs plan that focuses on that particular condition. Conduct health screenings or other activities that could give an impression of cherry picking. Use unsubstantiated superlatives such as best, highest rated, best value. Superlatives may only be used if the sources of documentation or data supportive of the superlative is also referenced in the material. Such supported documentation of data must reflect data, reports, studies, and other documentation that applies to the current or prior contract year. You may not make explicit comparison between plans unless you have the written information to support them. Such comparisons are factually based, and you have to be sure that the comparisons are not misleading. Marketing representatives must not. We've had like 20 slides of must not engage in marketing practices that may mislead or confuse beneficiaries, such as providing false or misleading information, claiming that Medicare, CMS, or any other government agency endorses or recommends the plan, use the Medicare name, CMS logo, products, or information issued by the federal government, including the Medicare card, in a misleading way. Use of the Medicare card image is permitted only with authorization from CMS. Remember that. Advertising benefits that are not available to beneficiaries in the service area where the marketing appears. Marketing products or plan benefits or costs unless the plan sponsor's name or marketing name of the plan sponsor offering the products or costs are identified in the marketing materials, including information about savings to beneficiaries that based on a comparison of typical expenses borne by uninsured individuals, unpaid costs of duly eligible beneficiaries, or other unrealistic costs of a Medicare beneficiary. Marketing representative must not use the term free to describe a $0 premium. Use the term free in conjunction with reduction in premium, deductibles, cost sharing, including Part B premium, buy down, low income subsidy, or dual eligibility. You must not lead a beneficiary to believe that you work for Medicare, CMS, or any government agency, and you cannot imply that an MSA plan operates as a supplement to Medicare. Unless you are promoting a DSNP plan, marketing representatives must not imply that the plan is available only to or designed for dual eligible individuals unless the plan is comparable to a DSNP, such as an MMP. You must not claim that the plan has a relationship with the state Medicaid office unless the MA plan or its parent organization is contracted with the state to coordinate Medicaid services. You cannot market a non-dual eligible special needs plan as if it were a dual eligible special needs plan. You cannot target marketing efforts for the plan exclusively to dual eligible individuals unless the plan is comparable to a DSNP plan such as an MMP. The Medicare Advantage open enrollment period is a period during which individuals enrolled in an MA and MAPD can make a one-time change to another MA plan, elect original Medicare, or can change their Part D coverage. For individuals enrolled in an MA plan on January 1, the MAOEP is the first 3 months of the calendar year. For individuals enrolling during that initial enrollment period, during their initial coverage election period, ICEP, the MAOEP is the first 3 months after their enrollment in an MA or MAPD plan. The MAOEP is further described in Module 5. During the open enrollment period, marketing representatives may not send unsolicited materials, engage or promote activities that intend to target OEP as an opportunity, call or otherwise contact former employees who have selected a new plan during AEP, specifically target beneficiaries who are in the OEP because they chose an MA or MAPD plan during AEP. However, during the OEP, marketing representatives may, thank goodness there's something that we can do, may conduct marketing activities that focus on other enrollment opportunities, including but not limited to marketing to individuals turning 65, marketing by 5-star plans regarding their continuous enrollment, marketing to dual eligible and LIS beneficiaries who in general may make changes once per calendar quarter during the first 9 months of the year. In addition, during the OEP, you may send marketing materials when a beneficiary makes a proactive request. At the beneficiary's request, have a one-on-one meeting. You may also, at the beneficiary's request, provide information on the OEP through the plan's call center. Soliciting referrals. I think at the very beginning of tonight, we said this was going to be a long one because all of the things they said we needed to learn in module 4 was like twice as many things as we had in 1, 2, and 3. Inducements such as gifts for referrals are regulated under fraud and abuse laws such as the anti-kickback statute or beneficiary inducement. However, typically there are nominal value exceptions under those laws. Marketing representatives should consult with their plans to determine whether the plans impose requirements around gifts in exchange for beneficiary referrals. I know that you all are asleep. I can just feel it. I can feel it. Marketing activities continue. Marketing in a healthcare setting. Marketing representatives must not engage in marketing activities or provide marketing materials in areas where the patients receive health care. For example, the exam rooms, the dialysis treatment centers, the hospital patient rooms, pharmacy counter areas, and other treatment areas where patients interact with the provider or the clinical team. You may, however, engage in marketing activities, conduct sales presentations, and distribute and accept enrollment applications in common areas of the healthcare settings, for example, in a cafeteria, in the recreation room, in the waiting room, at the retail pharmacy, as long as it's away from the pharmacy. We're awake, Miss Faye, just a little tired. Imagine how my voice is. And I said I was going to bring some water in here with me today, and I didn't. So if I start to slur or cough or pass out, if you don't hear me for a second, you'll know what happened. My voice is gone. You may provide communication materials to be distributed and displayed in the healthcare setting. Many providers will allow you to do so. Some of them have stopped that practice because if they allow one person to display materials, they would need to allow everyone who asks to display materials. Marketing activities. Marketing activities in a long-term care facility. Long-term care facilities include nursing homes, assisted living, and board and care homes. You may schedule an appointment with the beneficiary in a long-term care facility only upon the request of the beneficiary or their authorized representative. Plan sponsors, marketing reps may not visit individuals in a long-term care facility without an appointment. MA institutional special needs plans may use staff operating in a social worker capacity to provide information. I'm not aware that anyone here actually does sell iSNPs. If you do, you have a different set of rules and you had different training to do that. Marketing representatives may set up in common areas of a long-term facility and allow residents to approach them. Oversight and corrective action. Plan sponsors must establish and implement an oversight plan that monitors agent and broker activities, identifies non-compliance with CMS requirements, and reports non-compliance to CMS. Plans are required to implement a strategy to prevent prohibited marketing practices from occurring, detect prohibited marketing tactics at their early stages, take immediate corrective action to respond to non-compliant marketing activities. Plans must take disciplinary and/or corrective action in the event of verified misconduct. Examples of such disciplinary action, remember these things because it will probably be a question. Examples of disciplinary action include withholding or withdrawing commissions, retraining, suspension of marketing, or termination. Reporting and cooperating with state and CMS. Plans must comply with requests from a state insurance department in connection with investigations of plan marketing representatives who are licensed by the department. Plans must report to states the termination of any agent or broker, including the reasons for termination if required under state law. Plans must also report to CMS any for-cause action broker terminations. Report to CMS all enrollments made by unlicensed agents or brokers, and upon CMS request, the plan must provide CMS with information necessary to conduct oversight of marketing activities. Plan sponsors must require third-party marketing organizations, including independent agents and brokers, to disclose to the plan sponsor any subcontracted relationships. Okay. You remember that question from last year? Good. Plan sponsors must require third-party marketing organization, including independent agents and brokers, to disclose any subcontracted relationships used for marketing, lead generation, and enrollment. Plan must report to plan sponsors monthly any staff disciplinary actions or violations of any requirements that apply to the plan sponsor associated with beneficiary interaction to the plan. Compensation, we're getting near the end. Compensation includes monetary or non-monetary compensation of any kind relating to the sale or renewal of a policy, including but not limited to commissions, bonuses, gifts, prizes, or awards. For us, that's commissions. Compensation does not include payment of fees to apply with state appointment laws, training, certification, testing costs, reimbursement for mileage for appointments with beneficiaries, reimbursement for placing ads for purchasing flyers, actual costs associated with beneficiary sales appointment, such as venue rent, snacks, and other materials. Compensation structures for independent agents must comply with the CMS guidance. Compensation rules do not generally apply to marketing representatives who are plan employees, to captive employees who market for only one plan, or when independent agents are marketing only to employer union groups. Employed and captive agent brokers who only sell for one plan are subject to the requirements related to referral finder fees. Compensation to independent agents who market to and enroll beneficiaries is covered by the rules, whether it is paid directly by the plan or paid by an agency, an FMO, or other third-party marketing organization. Compensation is not paid when the agent have not been trained and tested, when they do not meet state licensure appointment requirements. When a plan sponsor and or contracted independent agent terminates an agent contract, any future payment for existing business will be governed by the terms of the contract that specify the agent's payment subject to the limits in the CMS regulation. However, to continue receiving renewal fees, agent must remain trained, tested, licensed, and appointed to extent required under state law, regardless of whether they're actively selling. Applicable compensation amounts depend on whether enrollment is an initial year or renewal year. CMS provides reports to the plan that specify whether the enrollment is initial or renewal. Renewal year enrollments include plan changes between like plans. A like plan enrollment is a PDP to another PDP, an MA, MAPD, or MMP to another MA, MAPD, or MMP. A Section 1876 cost plan to another Section 1876. An unlike plan enrollment includes an MA or MAPD to a PDP or a Section 1876 or any of those combinations. For enrollment in two plans at once, for example, enrollment in an MA only plan like an MSA and a standalone PDP, or a cost plan and a PDP, the compensation rules apply independently of each plan. This is known as dual plan enrollment. However, when dual plans are replaced by enrollment in a single plan, compensation is paid based on the MA or cost plan movement. Movement from an MA only private fee for service and PDP to an MAPD would be compensated at the renewal compensation amount. Limits on compensation and filings. Compensation for initial year enrollments cannot exceed a fair market value published annually by CMS. Does everybody know you're getting a raise next year? This amount is known as the FMV cutoff. Compensation for renewal enrollments cannot exceed 50% of the FMP cutoff. However, it can be less than 50% or not paid at all. Referral or finder's fees paid to independent, captive, or employed agents, brokers may not exceed $25 for PDPs or $100 for all other types of plans. Plans must annually file with CMS whether they will use independent agent brokers, and if so, the amount or a range of amounts that they intend to pay for enrollment commissions. Once the deadline for filing has passed, plans may not change the amounts they pay the types of brokers that they use. Compensation is paid on a calendar year basis, thus regardless of the month a beneficiary's initial year enrollment, the renewal year begins on January 1 of the subsequent year, not on the beneficiary's enrollment anniversary date. Plan sponsors have the flexibility to make compensation payments annually, quarterly, monthly, or by a different schedule. However, they must pay compensation payments during the year of enrollment. Compensation may only be paid for the months the beneficiary is enrolled in the plan. If a plan pays compensation in advance, it must recoup amounts paid for months a beneficiary is not enrolled. If a beneficiary enrolls mid-year, compensation must be prorated. A plan may choose for an entire initial enrollment year may choose to pay for an entire initial enrollment year despite less than 12 months of enrollment. For a beneficiary who's never been enrolled in a plan before, or where a beneficiary moves from an employer group plan to a non-employer group plan. However, if the plan pays a full initial compensation and the enrollee disenrolls during the contract year, the plan must recoup a prorated amount for all the months the person was not enrolled. Ms. Franks turned 65 in June, is eligible for Medicare for the first time. An agent helped her enroll in an MAPD with a June 1st effective date. The contract between the plan and the agent specifies the plan will pay the agent for the entire year at the initial rate for a beneficiary who's never been enrolled. The plan makes the full payment. However, Ms. Frank disenrolls from the plan effective October 1. The plan must recover the payment for the 8 months of the year in which Mrs. Frank was not enrolled. Rapid disenrollment is the first 3 months of enrollment. So if you enroll someone with an effective October 1 effective date, let me start at the top. Plans do not have to recoup any compensation paid, including when a beneficiary disenrolls in the first 3 months, because the beneficiary enrolls effective October 1, November 1, December 1, and subsequently uses the AHIP to change their plans for a January 1 effective date. If someone becomes duly eligible for both Medicare and Medicaid, so they move from a regular plan to a dual plan. If someone is qualified for another plan based on special needs, or they become LIS eligible, they lose Medicare entitlement, they move out of the service area, fail to pay the plan premium, changed enrollment to a plan with a 5-star plan, or disenroll from an LPI plan to move it into a plan with 3 or more stars. An LPI is one with the low plan star ratings. Moved into or out of an institution, gained, dropped employer union sponsored plan, changed plans due to an auto facilitated or passive enrollment, died, the plan terminated, non-renewed, or CMS imposed sanctions on the plan. In those instances, the plan does not have to recover compensation if someone moves in those 3 months, first 3 months of enrollment. Rapid disenrollment applies when an enrollee moves from one parent organization to another, or when an enrollee moves from one plan to another within the same parent organization. Example, an agent assisted Ms. Howard in enrolling in a Medicare Advantage HMO plan during the AEP. After enrolling, she realized her podiatrist was not in the network. So in February, she switched to a PPO offered by the same organization so that she would have coverage for out-of-network services. The plan must recoup all compensation payments made to the agent for Mrs. Howard's first enrollment. Frequently asked questions. We're really getting near the end. We purchased books on health maintenance that we plan to give away to anyone attending one of our marketing presentations, regardless of whether they enroll in our plan. Because we purchased many books, we were able to buy them for $14.99 per book. However, on the inside jacket, it says the retail price is $19.99. So, without looking at the answer, may we give these books away at our marketing presentation? Answer yes or no, please. Frequently asked question. We would like to offer gifts of nominal value to potential enrollees who call for more information about our plan. We would then like to offer additional gifts if they come to a separate marketing event. Each of the gifts meets CMS's definition of nominal value, but taken together, the gifts are more than the nominal value. Is this permissible? Please answer yes or no without looking at the question, looking at the answer. Frequently asked question number 3, listed below are some possible promotional items. to encourage potential enrollees to attend. Are these types of promotion permissible? Light snacks, day trips, machine subscriptions, magazine subscriptions, event tickets. Okay. That answer is, part of it is true, part of it is not. And that's because you still got to stay within that $15 marketing limit. And if you have anything that can be converted to cash, that's not good. So if a gift card is being given, that's not a good thing. The light snacks are okay. Day trip. So potentially any of these are potentially they are permissible. However, you have to stay within the nominal value of $15 and make sure that nothing is convertible to cash. Frequent asked question number 4, can a marketing representative hold a raffle or offer a door prize or a drawing for a prize of more than nominal value for those who attend a marketing presentation if the total value of the item is less than $15? Yes. So if you have 100 people who are attending and the total prize comes out to, well, they give the example. If there are 10 people attending and the nominal gift cannot be worth more than $150. So if you were giving out a gift worth $40, there were 10 people attending. When you divide the 10, you'll be less than $15. I think that's right, but you know that I'm not the math person in my head, and especially not at this time of night. So can a marketing representative give away Amazon gift cards worth $10 to everyone? You all know the answer to that. Put it in chat. Okay, we're definitely at the end because whenever they say more information, we know we're at the end. We get more information at cms.gov/Medicare/health plans or cms.gov/managed care marketing or www.medicare.gov.
Woo.
I know since all these pictures are up here that everybody's sleeping except me. This was quite a long one, and I pre-warned you that modules 4 and module 5, those are your longest ones, but those are the ones that are most important because those are the ones that give us the new regulation.